Get that official statement up. Paul Levesque, Stephanie McMahon's official statement. Try to get some playback up in here too. Hey, what's up, everybody? File on in, man. I got to do some playback first. Let's make sure we got some playback. Can you guys hear me? Bit more of a serious live stream, man. I wish we could be partying right now and talking about some good stuff, but unfortunately, this is probably not going to be what you guys wanted to hear, bro. Just being, I just got to be honest with you guys, man. Fix that shit. Square it up. Square that shit up. There you go. Square it up. There you go. All right, you guys can see me and hear me. I got pretty good playback, guys. If you don't mind, I'm going to switch to the earbuds so we can get rocking. What's up, everybody? File on in, man. Listen, like I always do, man, this is about 20, 25 minutes of notice in the middle of the afternoon. So for the thousands that are going to catch us later, man, this is the only time I could do this. So I appreciate you guys still listening later tonight, tomorrow. But to my non-live crowd, salute to you guys still, man. To my live audience, man, if you guys don't mind, I want to start right with a statement just so there's full transparency. This is not BC speculating, right? From the day Vince left, and I said he's never leaving. He's never left. He's going to be right there in Triple H's ear telling him what he wants done. And he's going to let Triple H do smoke and mirrors, right? Show a little bit like he's in charge. Bring whoever you want back, you name it. But if you watch the shows, if you know Vince, these were always Vince McMahon shows. But, guys, full transparency, this is a full statement. This is from Paul Triple H Levesque, Stephanie McMahon, and Nick Khan, co-CEO. This is from earlier this morning, a joint statement from those three individuals. And I quote, "Today, as of this morning, a few hours ago, today we announced that the founder of WWE, Vince McMahon, will be returning to the board. We also welcome back Michelle Wilson and George Barrios to our board of directors. Together, we look forward to exploring all strategic alternatives to maximize shareholder value." That means that if you thought there was ever going to be a change in WWE for the better, for the fans, storytelling we give a shit about, the characters that should be larger than life, that's done. And you weren't even going to get it with Triple H because Vince was always going to have his people being pushed, whether it's an Austin Theory, a Lacey Evans who's being repackaged again, or a Charlotte Flair who comes back and in 1 minute defeats Ronda, becomes champion, and she's the face of Smackdown again. Roman took second fiddle to all the advertising this week. Braun Strowman's still going to come back. You're still going to get what Vince wants, with a little dash of Triple H here, a little dash of Hunter here, a little dash of 3H's here. You were never going to get a full different WWE because it's all just about how many pennies they can suck out of any fucking hole imaginable, guys. That's what they're telling you. As far as selling the company, BC told you when they did all the cuts over the last several years. What did I tell you guys? This screams to BC like they're positioning themselves for a sale. The second they got Nick Khan, that told you they were always going to be open to whoever gives them enough money to make them go away. And by the way, even if you guys think it's going to sell, when WWE sells, do you know who's going to be still running that ship with the most fucking shares? Do you know who's going to be running that shit on that board? If you think Vince McMahon's going to go away just because he sold the company, never going to happen, guys. If he lives to 117, he is going to be the controller of WWE. It's literally that simple. even when he sells the company, which will happen inevitably. I've been saying this for 2 years. I've told you guys everything I was seeing, and now everybody's shocked that he's going to be selling. Well, BC, my amplified unit, was never shocked. My amplified unit has been being told this. I told you guys what to look for 2-3 years now, since the budget cuts and when they tidied up Stamford, Connecticut headquarters, and now they're moving headquarters to position them perfectly for the sale. It looks way better when you're next to the Philip Morrises and the electrical companies that are there, that big building that they're sharing. It looks good that other businesses are there. It makes you, everything they did, guys, was to package this up in a nice present with a nice bow on top. They packaged that gift up perfectly, put a bow on top, and they're waiting. They're waiting. But if you think Vince is going to go away because he sold the company, no, he's going to sell the company. He's going to make fucking bank as if he's not already a fucking billionaire. And then he's going to continue to run WWE. Just because you sell the company doesn't mean you're fucking off the board. You're off the board. You're out of everything. No, he's still going to be the guy. That's how business works, guys. Everybody thinks that just because he sells WWE, Vince is finally gone and fucking Disney will take over, Fox will take over, NBC Universal. Doesn't work that way. Guys, the biggest part here, aside from the official announcement, I mean, I went on a video yesterday, 3 videos yesterday. What a wild story day that was for pro wrestling, man. And once again, Vince McMahon overshadows Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks was making all the news rounds yesterday from her New Japan Pro Wrestling debut and appearance. And Vince McMahon's like, I got this. Hold my coffee. She wants to make headlines. I'm going to squash her like a bug. And Vince McMahon stole all the headlines. By the end of the day last night, we were talking about Vince McMahon. Now, I didn't think it was going to be this quick. The next morning that we were going to hear that he's been reinstated. But that's the news we get from Paul Levesque, Stephanie McMahon, and Nick Khan. Now, again, aside from saying that Vince McMahon will be returning to the board, the fact that he brought Michelle Wilson and George Barrios, guys, the fact that he brought them tells you everything you need to know. Do you know who fucking Michelle Wilson and George Barrios are? If you've seen their pictures, you've seen them with Paul Levesque before in pictures, Stephanie. You've seen them with Vince for sure. That was the right-hand man, George Barrios and Michelle Wilson. They were, and that was the left-hand woman, if you will. Those were his people. Those were the co-presidents of WWE. And they got Das Boot a couple of years ago during those budget cuts. And if you were like BC, you know the behind the scenes, the business, you were like, what the fuck? That's Vince's people. There's no way, bro. Sure enough, they went on. So they cashed in. When you get released like that, when you get Das Boot and you're in a position like that, you get a severance package for the fucking ages, bro. You make bank. And you know what they did? They went and started a firm together that is making bank right now. Sounds like this was strategic. Sounds like they went to Vince and said, dude, if you can fucking give us Das Boot, we get the fucking package. We have this in mind. And down the road, we link back up before the sale. Guys, this is how fucking ruthless Vince McMahon and his people are. Do you guys realize, announced this morning, I have names for you. I'm not making any of this up. You ready for this? Let me get these names for you, man. I'll get the names. I'm going to read the statement. But 3 board members got Das Boot this morning. 3 board members got booted by Vince McMahon. He didn't even wait for anybody to vote him in. He told you this is what's happening. 3 board members got the boot. So he, George Barrios, and Michelle Wilson can all sit in those board seats. 3 people got Das Boot. 2 people were fucking sickened by the announcement. They actually left. 2 other board members resigned moments after the announcement. And one of them has a direct affiliation to Vince, just does not like Vince anyway. So 2 others. So you had 5 vacant seats at one point. The 3 got filled by Vince, George, and Michelle. But, I mean, guys, do you realize how this worked out for George and Michelle, Vince's people 2 years ago that got Das Boot, and we were wondering, what the fuck? There has to be something up, because Vince never does anything without a fucking reason behind it. Madness. This was the fucking perfect crime. This was the perfect getaway scheme. They get the package. They start the firm. They're making bank. They come back on the board. I'm blown away by how this... I mean, Vince McMahon must stay up at night. We heard he only gets 3 hours of sleep every night anyway, 2 to 3 hours tops. He must fucking think, how can I screw over everything, make the most money, and fuck everybody over and make sure that nobody can do anything about it? I'm not even throwing shade to Vince McMahon, by the way. The dude is as ruthless as they come. He's the type of dude that will fucking fire people during a pandemic. When they need money the most and put food on the table, he'll fucking put you away in droves, and then the next day, they'll do a fucking meeting, a conference call about how WWE pulled in record profits. Do you know how I know that's the type of man Vince McMahon is? Because he's done it for years in a row. I've seen it. You've seen it. You may turn a blind eye to it, but I know how diabolically ruthless this motherfucker is. And the people that he put on that board with him, if you thought business was bad before... For us, the fans, they're getting every penny they want. Good for them business-wise, and that's why you start a fucking business, I suppose. But the other flip of that is you should be making your fans happy, right? If you're in a fan-consumed business like WWE, you should maybe listen to us more. They don't give a fuck. He's liquidating. He's getting every penny from every asset he can, and when it hits rock bottom and there's no fans left and Monday Night Raw is pulling in 800,000 viewers... I mean, you got a company that's only been around not even 4 full years, and they're already pulling in 900,000 viewers, AEW. But so when WWE Raw pulls 800,000, Vince isn't going to give a fuck. He liquidated. So he doesn't give a fuck, man. And if you thought it was bad before for us fans, dude, now he's got even more of his people on the board. Guys, this is even worse than before Vince supposedly resigned. I hope you guys understand that that's what's happening here. Vince came back with great vengeance. Now, from what I'm hearing, he's not yet the executive chairman. He's currently, and this is the word that I got from my people down in Florida, this is an exact quote, bullying his way to executive chairman. And guys, he can do that. So expect by the end of the day, he will be officially declared executive chairman, and he can have every fucking position he wants. He already put the puppet master, he's the puppet master, he already put the fucking puppeteers in place. When he left, he put the puppets in place. His son-in-law, his daughter, and his new right-hand man, Nick Khan. So that when he comes back, and he always intended on coming back, on this channel, we say he never left. Just watch the shows, he's never left. But this was all perfectly placed so that when the smoke settles from his investigation and the dust clears, when he gets back, it's his family. Of course, they can be easily removed and make way for him. So by the end of the day, you will hear that he is an executive chairman. Again, he'll bully his way in, and because he can literally do that. Let's stop the right? If you're like, oh, BC, I don't know. Let's do some more reading. Check this, okay? Now this is now per a new SEC filing as of this morning, a few hours ago, Joe Ellen Lyons Dillon, Jeffrey R. Speed, and Alan M. Wexler have been removed from the WWE Board of Directors effective immediately by Vince McMahon via a written consent order. Vince didn't wait for the process. Vince said, I want you out now. Per Vince McMahon orders, Joe Ellen Dillon, Jeffrey Speed, and Alan Wexler have been removed. Vince McMahon remains the largest shareholder following his retirement as was, and now this is saying McMahon is now the executive chairman of the company. So maybe he already did it. Damn! Are you fucking kidding me? Guys, we're live, so BC's reading all the latest, and I'm just as shocked as most of you right now. He's already the executive chairman. I don't know how he pulled that. You still have to go through a whole... This guy came back as a tornado. Okay, so now we have word he is executive chairman already. There's no stopping the motherfucker now. This guy's a tornado guy. I honestly think he lost his marbles, bro. Somebody has got to fucking... Somebody has to do something, bro. I don't see how this ends well. Okay, let me get back on track. I'm kind of shocked over this, man. WWE's largest McMahon is now the executive chairman of the company. with his allies and former WWE co-presidents Michelle Wilson and George Barrios. So they got upped in status as well. I wonder if they're going to get fucking higher. Wow, guys. Barrios and Wilson are going to get a higher a jump as well, probably. The other two vacant board seats in addition will be joined by Barrios and Wilson. WWE announced that board members Ignance Lahound and Manjit Singh have resigned effective immediately, not wanting to do business with Vince McMahon. Wow. At the time of this publishing, WWE stock price has risen over 17%, just over $84. It's the highest price in nearly 3 years. So the stock is going through the moon right now because they think a sale is imminent. I'm not reading that, though, guys. I've been telling you a sale is imminent, but I don't think it's going to be any time in 2023. It sounds like Vince is coming back to literally liquidate. Do the new TV rights deals, do the fucking trademarking deals, do the licensing, see how he can maneuver any which way to grasp as much pennies as he can from everybody. That's what he's best at. He doesn't care about the fan experience. He doesn't care about if he's delivering the best product. You look at the last 10 years of WWE, it's been redundancy, man. You watch a Monday Night Raw, it's the same as the week before, which is the same as the week before, which is the same as the month before, which is the same as the year before. There's no fucking difference. He doesn't care. He's liquidating. He gets $50 million for every Saudi show that he does. If you do 2 a year, you get $100 million by Saudi Arabia alone. He's getting $1 billion from Fox. He gets upwards of $750 million for his USA Network Raw deal. He'll probably try to position that to $1 billion. I doubt he's going to get that with the ratings coming in now. But that's what he's best at, liquidating. He's no longer the creator that gives us awesome content. And even if you thought 3H's was going to save the day, he was never even going to be allowed the chance because Vince McMahon was always in his ear telling him what he wanted done. He had a little bit, right? You saw little dashes of Triple H, but it was mostly Vince McMahon. At the end of the day, if you watch these shows, you know this was all Vince. And I think Triple H got fucking his ass whooped so badly by Tony Khan during those Wednesday night wars. He got whooped by what he once called a pissant t-shirt company. And then that pissant t-shirt company smacked him around, put him in a fucking hospital bed. He's never been the same. You know, aside from those glory years of the black and gold when he was handed that by Dusty Rhodes and so much. I don't want to go over that again, guys. But if you guys think that he was just going to show up to the main roster and save the day, that was never going to happen either. Triple H got smacked around, and he was never the same after Tony Khan whooped him. Never the same. You add in the fact that he can't get out of the shadow of Vince McMahon anyway, and nothing fucking helps. But I will say this. If Vince McMahon was completely removed, anybody could give us some type of a change. Whether that's a good change or not, that's in the eye of the beholder. But with Vince McMahon refusing to get the fuck out of the way, we're never going to get our WWE back. I hope you understand that. If you love WWE right now like it is, and you're like, I don't know what BC's complaining about. I love this. This is awesome. Fight forever, right? You show up to the arena, you do all your stupid fucking chants, you go online afterwards, you talk about what a banger you just saw. And business as usual. You're the type of fan that Vince loves. He's going to liquidate you. You're going to buy every fucking t-shirt he puts in your face on WWEshop.com. Buy one, get fucking one for $4. And you'll be there with your fucking mom's credit card. You'll be the one that's going to show up to the fucking arena whether the ticket is $60 or $7. You're going to be the one buying the fucking vacation package to fucking SummerSlam. You're going to be the one fucking paying every single thing that Vince puts in your face. And he's going to say, do you want some more bullshit? And you'll be looking up at him with your wooden bowl and wooden spoon going, please, sir, can I have some more? And Vince will never run out of bullshit, Stu. So yeah, is BC irritated? I'm frustrated, no question. Because I knew on this channel from day one he didn't leave. He didn't leave, and we knew that. But we were hoping something would happen to where he would have no choice but to step aside. And that never happened. Everything I saw was this dude. Everything. From Strowman coming back and the way Strowman's booked with Ricochet right now. From the way Charlotte Flair came back right to the fucking championship. To the way Lacey Evans with no connection to the crowd is being repackaged again. To the point that Austin Theory is still being the fucking number one man pushed. with a supposed reset, by the way, which is just him putting the cell phone down, and he got green booty shorts. That's the only fucking difference. And once in a while, he throws more of a temper tantrum. That's not a reset. That's not a repackage. This is Vince McMahon's Austin Theory. The only difference is you fucking ruin Money in the Bank in the process. Yes, I gotta be extra real with everybody. These are not words that people want to understand or fucking comprehend, or they don't want to hear that. I disagree, BC. That's fine, but I hope you understand. You can disagree all you want. This fucking product is now fucking DOA. Dead on arrival. You thought there was no pulse on Monday nights as it is. SmackDown's been carrying the company. How long can a back carry that much weight? The SmackDown back is going to eventually break. You can't carry a whole company like this. SmackDown, I feel fucking bad for them. Now they're getting in Charlotte Flair and other bullshit. Eventually, you're going to start to see cracks in the seams. SmackDown can't be doing this that much longer, bro. Monday Night Raw is doing nothing for them. Nothing. That's like having a damn good quarterback and the rest of your team sucks. Monday Night Raw has not been pulling their fucking weight. SmackDown only has a couple of good things going for them. Thank goodness for Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn, and thank goodness for Bray Wyatt. And you don't got to take my word for it. Look at the numbers. No, Charlie Flair did not bring in the big pop of last Friday. She was in 4th place, 3rd on the fucking Tube video list. Or she got dipped to 4th place on that as well. Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, carrying SmackDown. Do you know who's carrying Raw? Nobody. There's nobody there that's larger than life. Nobody on Monday Night Raw captivates anybody. They don't know what they're doing on Monday Night Raw. This is Vince McMahon and Triple H together. They don't know what they're doing. You got Bobby fucking Lashley, who doesn't know what he's doing. Every other 3 weeks he shows up and he's still involved in the U.S. title. Like he doesn't even know why he's at Raw. Seth Rollins and Austin Theory fight every other week over this fucking stupid fucking title. Nobody knows what they're doing. We don't know who the superstar on SmackDown on Monday Night Raw is. Who is it? Who is it? Cody's fucking injured. Edge can't be bothered right now. He'll show up whenever he wants. He's part-time anyway. Seth Rollins, I guess. We don't know if he's a heel, a fucking face. We don't know why he's still going after this. You can't do it, man. You can't run business like this. And we were hoping that true change was eventually going to come. True change is out the fucking window. True change is dead. This dude came back with vengeance, man. Vince McMahon is back with clear vengeance. You thought he was ruthless before. He's more pissed off right now, man. He is pissed. He thinks he got bad advice. He thinks he never should have left. And now he's back with his buddies. Michelle Wilson, George Barrios. Yeah, this is exactly, bro. This is exactly why. This is exactly why people didn't want Vince McMahon back. And I can't say that 3H's was any better, but we'll never know what he does on his own because he was never on his fucking own. Today, we announced that the founder of WWE, Vince McMahon, will be returning to the board, said Stephanie McMahon, Khan, and Paul Levesque in a joint statement. We also welcome back Michelle Wilson and George Barrios to our board of directors. Together, we will look forward to exploring all strategic alternatives to maximize shareholder value. What that means, guys, let me break that business talk, that business jargon. Let me break it down to the simple folk like us. That means fuck the fans. This has now become more about every penny than you once imagined. They are going to liquidate even more. More liquidation, more redundancy, because redundancy is safe. When you put on a Raw like you see for 3 hours and it's nice and safe, it's packaged pristinely and the format is the fucking same, it's safe. The network, it's safe. A potential buyer, it's safe. Right? This is fucking safe. It's not like an AEW where you got fucking the mic is down and Mox is like, what the fuck? That's what's happening over on Wednesday nights. And Tony Khan's fine because Tony Khan's not looking to sell. Vinnie Mac is. So you got to package it up. So if you think you're going to get a better WWE and you thought you were going to get that under H, it's fucking dead now. Now I hope you understand. It's fucking done. Vince McMahon will not get the fuck out of the way. And this pains me to say because I grew up knowing that that's the dude that got BC in love with wrestling, man. If not for Vince McMahon, And I know this is going to fucking piss off a lot of people because you like to hate this guy. But if not for Bruce Pritchard in the 80s, going into the 90s, man, BC would not be doing these videos now. I would not love pro wrestling still to this day. Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard found a way to make pro wrestling just larger than life. And here we are in 2023. And if Vince McMahon truly wants to help pro wrestling get to the next fucking level, because it's hard in 2023 when you have no more kayfabe. Kayfabe is basically dead, and pro wrestling will never survive unless you have at least a shred of kayfabe. But nowadays, you got people supposedly in a feud, and then after their match, they're at dinner together posting on social media. Kayfabe is basically all but fucking dead. Everybody breaks character after their matches and after their shows on social. I understand that. I do. But you still need semblances of that, man. You still need semblances of that. And at this point, one of the biggest things that Vince McMahon can do to help save pro wrestling and help his beloved WWE that he created, his father, he took over and really made it what it was. If he really wants to help and see it get to the next 50 years and beyond, he would get the fuck out of the way. Do you know what he's doing instead, though? Do you know what he's doing instead? I honestly believe that he is injecting a lethal dose of poison into his own creation. And I truly believe, and I mean this is not a conspiracy at all, I truly believe he is internally sabotaging his own creation. I think there's some sick, twisted shit where it's not even about money anymore. Money is the game, right? It's like money. He's got so much money. It's like Monopoly money at this point. I don't think this is about him trying to become a fucking more of a billionaire or a trillionaire before he dies. I think this is literally just a fucking game. He wants to run at the helm to the very fucking end. Instead of letting anybody else try to do something with his creation, he will rather be the one to destroy that creation. He did a thing. Remember, guys, that's where I got the lethal dose of poison. Remember on Smackdown, I think it was an NWO angle. We talked about it many times on this channel. I keep forgetting when it was. In the chat, if you remember exactly what he said when he turned around in that chair and he talked about delivering a lethal dose of poison into his own company and destroying it with the NWO, I think it was. Anybody that remembers that exact quote, put it up in the chat, please. I truly believe that Vince McMahon is at a point where he'd rather just fucking destroy his own creation. Because I just don't see any other reason that he would be doing this and sacrificing so many people in their careers and where they're at in the company's position. I don't see why he would sacrifice it all at 77 years old. 2002, you guys are telling me, over 20 years ago. Yeah, I wish I remember the exact quote. Maybe I'm pretty close. Something about injecting a lethal dose. And I remember, guys, when that happened live back in, 2002, I remember thinking, that's actually not far off from Vince McMahon, the person. Like, Mr. McMahon was never that far off. If you know how he does business in real life, this was like just a little bit turned up. If you're wondering about the locker room, because yes, I do have people down in Florida that know a lot more. They get a lot more scoops than BC. I hate calling them sources. It just sounds so stupid. I just call them my people, and they know a lot more than I do, and they're right usually, or at least right around the same ballpark every time they tell me something. The word that they got, and this is an exact quote, the WWE roster, the WWE Talent, as of this news, in shock. That's the text I got. That's a quote. The exact, in shock. And I got some like emoji with it, just stunned, like one of those stunned emojis. The WWE Talent, the roster right now is in shock. I don't know how they can be though, because how do you not see it? How does BC in my amplified unit? How do we all see it? My chat, man. How does fucking Rachel Rocca, Savage, James Shrimp Fajitas, James Shrimp Fajitas, Iron Riaz, fucking JR9 Gaming, Clutch City. How do we fucking see this? And the wrestlers are not. Do you honestly think Vince is not fucking there? Do you think he's not calling shots? Are they just skipping down the hallway like, wow, This is fun again. This is like going back to school, but this time it's fun. Triple H is our savior. The locker room morale is up. If you only knew the phone calls that were happening into H's ears by Vince McMahon, you would not be skipping down the hall as if you're AJ Mendez. You would not be skipping. You'd be looking over your fucking shoulder, still concerned with your job and still worried about who's on the horizon about to return, because he was never gonna leave. He never left. Never did he fucking leave. And now the talent is in shock to the point. You guys hear this? This is true, man. Any reputable person is already reporting this, by the way. About 20 minutes before we went live, right when I put up the notice that we were going live, about 20, 25 minutes, I saw reputable reporters confirm this. There is an emergency talent meeting being held 2:30. So in just a little bit, WWE, when everybody gets to the arena, or Zoom call. I don't know how they're going to get everybody. I guess maybe an email. I guess you would Zoom it. Everybody has to go to this meeting. It is an emergency meeting because the talent is so shook right now. They are shocked. There's a lot of unrest. There's a lot of unsettlement. There's a lot of pissed off talent, man, that were lied to. I can't imagine these people that signed on thinking, okay, things will be better now. I can't imagine what William Regal is thinking right now. William Regal is like, William Regal left a really good spot in AEW. William Regal had it made in All Elite Wrestling, man. Tony Khan was giving him the world. He was in a cool thing with the BCC, Blackpool Combat Club. And he goes, you know what? No, I'm going to work with my buddy again, and I'm going to be with my son over in NXT, and I'm going to have my old job back. William Regal, this poor guy, he just started 2 days ago. 2 days ago. And Vince McMahon's back 2 days later. I gotcha! William Regal, come to my office. How you doing, buddy? You're fired. You laugh, but how do you not feel bad for like people like Regal? I'm not a fan of him, but a guy like Bronson Reed or Johnny Gargano, who could have went anywhere in the world, but he's like, all right, Vince is gone, you sure? And you're going to be my boss? Okay, I'll bring my wife on. We're going to sign. And Johnny Gargano is fucking with Candace. I can't say they were getting anything anyway. But again, how much of that was Vince? How much of that was Vince telling Triple H, I don't want this guy getting good TV time. I don't want him in a big storyline. Put them with The Miz. This is what I mean about Vince McMahon still being in charge. I doubt very much that Paul Levesque put Tommaso Ciampa with The Miz, Bronson Reed with The Miz, Dexter Lumis with The Miz, Johnny Gargano with The Miz. Why would every fucking new talent have to work with The Miz? That's something that Vince did forever. It's the same shit. Charlotte Flair getting the title instantly and being the woman. Woo! That's Vince. Austin Theory to the moon. Braun Strowman. It's all Vince, guys. I'm not trying to sell you on it. I know what I'm watching. That's why I'm not that shocked. But there is still that level of being shook. Just like I said about Mercedes, we knew that Sasha Banks was out of WWE for all intents and purposes, but as long as she remained on that roster page, the public legal page, we knew that there's still some type of connection with WWE, and the ties were not severed. As of yesterday, 11:35 a.m., WWE removed her from the roster page and put her in the alumni section. That was an incredible moment. Because it made you think, wow, it's really over, dude. Sasha Banks and WWE have officially cut ties. For all we know, Sasha could show up to AEW Wednesday in Los Angeles as Saraya's partner after Shida attacks Toni Storm and sets that up. It could happen now. But even though we saw that coming, because she was still on the page, there was still hope that maybe they can reconcile, and maybe one day Sasha will get that WrestleMania moment where she's hoisting the championship and she's getting proper booking. But no, when you see it actually finally happen, it's such a shocking moment still. Shouldn't be shocking, I understand, because we knew it was coming, but it's still shocking because it actually happened. It's the same thing with Vince. We knew this day was coming, but when it finally happened, you're taken back. You're like, fuck, this is really happening. Like, this is going down. Vince is officially back. And he brought backup. He brought Barrios. He brought Wilson. This guy was planning this from day one. This was all a strategic play. There was one podcaster saying that. That was me. Not a pat on the back, but I told my unit. I told my fucking audience. All the other podcasters, they were sucking Triple H's schlong to the high heavens. All the other fucking voices, all the other people with microphones, they were like, this is great. Lying to their audience, or they just really don't know about pro wrestling. And they were like, get ready. The Triple H era. WWE is back. And I'm like, what are these clowns talking about? They're fucking idiots? Or do they really believe that? Are they lying to their audience? BC never did that. I took a lot of flack. People fucking laughed. This guy thinks Vince never left. He's never coming back, buddy. Give it up. Yeah. And when it was all said and done, there was one podcaster left who fucking called it from the fucking beginning. And I don't even care about being right. I wish I wasn't. Because now this morning, we all have Vince McMahon back as the executive fucking chairman. Great. If you love that, good on you. I know that now it's right back to status quo business. The same fucking shit, non-stop. The same shit we've been seeing for 10 fucking years. And the ratings dipping. There wasn't even a fucking football game last week. And by the way, Damar Hamlin, much love and respect. Breathing tube taken out. He is speaking, writing. He's got all his neurological functions. He's been talking to his teammates. It looks like he is going to survive, man. What a badass story. Power of prayer and strength. Whether you're religious or not, it kept the family strong. And when they were holding his hand, you felt that through his hand, I'm sure. There's power and strength. Damar Hamlin, much love and respect to his family. That's awesome. And because of that, there was no real game Monday. And they still lost 100,000 viewers. They were 5,000 away from being back in the 1.5s, guys. 1.5s. They got 1.605. Why are you, even with Monday Night Football, how are you fucking around between 1.4 and 1.6? That's what they've been doing for months. How is that possible? To the point where even when Monday Night Football is gone now for the season, what's their peak? 2 million? People don't even realize how far it's drastically going down by the year. And nobody even cares. People don't watch TV as much, BC. We Hulu it. We DVR it. We watch the clips on YouTube. And all of that's true, by the way. And that's the problem. That's the problem. When it's a fucking live event that you are captivated by, you need to tune in on the big screen. Live. The fact that so many fans don't even fucking, can't even be bothered by it. I forgot Raw was even on. I just watched clips, BC, the next day. That's the problem. And I don't blame those people, by the way. I don't blame them at all. I don't know how I do it. 3 hours every single fucking Monday night. I don't know how I get through it without fucking passing out for the next 7 days or putting my dome piece through the nearest brick wall imaginable. I don't know how I get through a Monday Night Raw. The hundreds that are live right now, the thousands that are going to catch this live stream over the next 2 days, I don't know how any of us get through a Monday Night Raw. So I don't blame anybody. I don't blame anybody for DVRing or fucking, or so they can fast forward shit or watching it in clips. That's the problem. The fact that people can easily do such and they don't even fucking miss a beat. They don't even care because they know there's no cliffhangers. What's the fucking cliffhanger? How did Monday Night Raw end this week? Because I already forgot, guys, and I don't have my notes. How did Monday Night Raw? Anybody in the chat, man? Tell me the cliffhanger for Monday. I want to know what made us go, wow, when we faded to black, we're at the edge of our seat. Remote in our hand like, oh, I cannot wait till next week. I gotta see what fucking Stone Cold does to Vince. I have to see what The Rock does to The Undertaker. I have to see what Jericho does to Triple H. I have to see what's next. What happened this Monday, guys? I totally forgot. Theory beat Rollins. And then what? Come on, I'm excited. I want to know what. I forgot. Tell me the captivation, guys. I want to know what is making us need to tune into Raw next Monday. I want to know right now, unit. Theory beat Rollins. And that was it. And that was it. Wow. That's what I remembered. Okay. He beat Rollins in a match we already saw 16 times in 2022, by the way. It was a rematch. For some reason, we started 2023 off with a match we've seen all of 2022. And there's fans that are okay with it. I don't see the problem. We're going to get a banger, Beasley. They're going to do wrestling moves and sequences. We're going to chant, this is awesome. And then we're all going to talk about what a banger it was. And that's what you think pro wrestling is going to survive going the next 10, 20 years? That's what you fucking feel is going to be the bulk of pro wrestling? That's what's going to captivate you? A couple of fucking dudes in their underwear doing moves and sequences is not pro wrestling, man. Where's the larger-than-life characters, the stories that are captivating us, the feuds that create the moments of a lifetime? That's the shit I grew up with. From the fucking 80s era into the fucking or golden era, whatever you want to call it, into the Attitude Era, into Ruthless Aggression, which was still fun. And the last 10 years, what the fuck happened? Vince McMahon lost his way. This all circles back. If you wonder where I'm going with this circles back to Vince the last 10 years, and we waited for the moment he was removed. We knew he wasn't really gone, but we were hoping something would happen to where he would have to remove himself. He never did. This morning we found out he's officially, publicly, legally back as the head guy in WWE. Awesome. Giorgio, you're right. BC is more larger than life than 90% of these rosters. That's not cool. Why am I more amplified? Why do I cut better promos on a podcast than 90% of the fucking wrestlers? There's a reason that people with their free time, instead of going to Peacock to watch WWE or going on WWE's YouTube, there's a reason they come to BC Amplified. Because they know they're going to be more entertained here. That's not good. That's sad. I'd rather we go there. I'd rather BC can't even make a video because I'm on fucking WWE's YouTube fucking watching an amazing clip that I just saw Monday night and I have to see it again and again. That's what pro wrestling should be delivering to us. Moments that captivate. We gotta keep watching that shit. We're in awe. 3 hours every Monday and we get horse shit. And you're okay with it. I'm okay with Vince back. I'm okay with it, man. We're still gonna see bangers, I think. H is still gonna have control. We're going to see bangers. Fuck your bangers. I'm so sick of the word bangers. I understand that every wrestler today practice in their backyard on the trampoline. I understand that everybody is qualified as an athlete. If you think that's going to help pro wrestling, you got another thing coming, Jack. You know how many people I heard say AEW was great this week? AEW put on a great, phenomenal show. They lost another 12,000 viewers, guys. They went down to 864 from last week's 876, which, by the way, they lost fucking 80,000 viewers the week before. Combined it, you lost 100,000, and all I'm hearing is they put on great shows. I watched it. Did you hear my review? And much love and respect to AEW. And what Tony Khan is trying to do. This guy makes befuddling moves like the Darby Allin situation, what the fuck he did with Wardlow, what he's doing with FTR, and I can go on and on. But I give you an honest review, and I said the show was decent. Listen to my review. You can't befuddle any of it. I'm going over factual information to get to the point of where and how can we make this better. Because AEW's got the talent. AEW's got the fucking money. AEW's got a dude that's willing to do anything to make it happen. So why are they losing viewers every week? Because you're not putting on epically great shows like you're claiming. I just wish fans would be more honest. If you're an AEW diehard fan, I feel you. I want them to put on the banger shows. Not by bangers. You want a real banger show? You're going to produce content that you're going to have to go back and watch when it's over. You want to check out AEW's YouTube channel. You have to fucking find me. You have to find out what happens next. You have to tune in next Wednesday because the content that they gave you on Wednesday night between 8 and 10 p.m. Eastern time is so electric, so captivating, kept you on the edge of your seat. And you didn't even realize you were at the edge of your seat. That you have to go back and watch it again. You can't wait till next week. There's no show that is doing that right now, guys. No show. Not even AEW. Smackdown's the best of it, I guess. But you don't need to go back and watch it. I just wish we were more honest. We all want the same thing. We want a better professional wrestling product. All companies to succeed, fans to truly enjoy ourselves, and fans to be captivated, man. Love this shit. And all I see in these flawed shows is how great everything is. If it was great, you wouldn't be losing viewers. You would be attracting people. Casual fans would stop by and go, damn, I'm putting the remote down. What the fuck is this? Instead, you got casuals going by going, oh, what the fuck is this? I don't know. Who is that? This guy's like 120 pounds soaking wet. How the fuck did he just beat this big dude? Samoa Bobcat. What the fuck is his name? Samoa Johnson? Samoa Joe. How did he get beat by the guy who was just getting his legs taken out? Because realistically, half the match, he was getting his legs fucking broken. And then he just jumps up and he starts doing fucking moonsault cartwheels. Just believe it, basically. Just stop complaining, man. You're being negative. No, I'm just fucking saying, how does that make sense? Anyway, I'm using AEW as well because I want you guys to understand that professional wrestling is hurting. And what happened this morning just hurt it even more. Professional wrestling is hurting, and what happened this morning hurts it more. It is a shame that in 9 minutes, they're going to have an emergency talent meeting. I mean, this is so many people that were told. Remember they had the talent meeting when Vince supposedly resigned? And they held an emergency talent meeting to calm everyone's fears and to go, hey, it's a new WWE and this is going to be fucking electric and you all don't have anything to worry about. This is what's going to happen. And fucking 4 months later, they're doing it again and going, shit, fuck, shit, well, how do I say this? Shit, fuck, Steph? No, fuck you, H. Okay, I'll do it. Nick? No, fuck you, H. All right, I'll do it. We lied to you. We lied to you. We fucking lied to you. He never left. He's back now. Thanks for re-signing with the company. I needed the smoke and mirrors, so everybody really thought I was in charge. So I brought back all the people that he fucking fired. Other than that, peace out. It's been real. And William Regal, sorry, brother. I know you got shitted on the most. Anyway, all the best. I'm gonna head out. Vacation. Taking Steph and the kids. Peace. I mean, is that gonna be the fucking meeting? Because it might as well be. And then all of a sudden, there he comes into the talent meeting. Fucking doing the Vince walk. The delts are out. The chest is pumped. Look at me, all you assholes. I heard what you said about me. Now the devil is back. I mean, I dread these poor... the word that I got. Exact quote in that text. When I asked my people down in Florida, what's the vibe you're getting from the talent? Did you talk to anybody? All I got back was... they're in shock. In shock. And I got like an emoji after it, like one of those, like, just like, fuck. They're in shock. They shouldn't be. I don't know how they didn't see that coming. I'm just... It happened, man. We talked about it last night, and we talked about it last night, and I didn't think it was going to happen this fucking quick. Literally hours later, Vince just bullied his way into the 3. If you're just joining, guys, what happened is Vince McMahon removed. He didn't even wait for any process. He removed 3 board members this morning. And he brought not just himself, but he brought his old clique, George Barrios and Michelle Wilson, former co-presidents of WWE. His partners in crime, I used to call them. He brought them with him. So you're going to get a more diabolical Vince McMahon in WWE now. You're going to get a more fucking egotistical, narcissistic, stubborn, selfish, ballistic Vince McMahon. And if you thought that you heard crazy shit before, you don't even know what you're in for, man. But Stephanie McMahon, Paul Levesque, and Nick Khan announced today, and I quote, this morning, a few hours ago, and I quote, "Today we announced that the founder of WWE, Vince McMahon, will be returning to the board. And we also welcome back Michelle Wilson and George Barrios to our board of directors. Together, we look forward to exploring all strategic alternatives to maximize shareholder value." And then now you have CNBC, Variety, Sports Illustrated. They are now confirming that Vince McMahon has positioned himself as the executive chairman already. This is something I thought was going to take a couple of days at least, because that's another whole process that needs you can't just come back to the board and then you're an executive chairman unless you have the shares that he has, which he does, obviously. So he can make that move, but the thing you don't want to do is make it look like you're a bully, right? And you're bullying your way into the position. Vince said, I don't give a fuck. I'm the executive chairman now. And that's what he did. Moments after, it looks like he just appointed himself back into the position. I'm fucking mind-boggled that he did that. He basically put everybody on notice. I'm back. You're all my bitches. That's what you're doing when you bully your way through the board like that and you position yourself right from the jump into that and you're booting motherfuckers off the board. That's why you saw two board members do not want to work with Vince. They resigned moments after this happened. Just 2 hours ago, they resigned. Ignatz Lahound, Manjit Singh have exited the board, man. They're done. They don't want nothing to do with Vince McMahon. So this is fucking massive, bro, how Vince McMahon is back with a vengeance. He wants to fuck shit up. He's putting everyone on notice. I don't think he's happy that people were so happy he was gone and that people talk shit about him and that wrestlers felt it was better with just H, supposedly, even though he never really left. But I don't think Vince is happy with anybody. And I think you're going to see a wrath, guys. You're going to see a fucking wrath. I do think you're going to see mark my words. I'm usually not wrong on this, and I hope I am wrong this time, guys. I'm going to say something that's going to suck. But I see this happening. I see it happening, especially, I said this before, especially if a sale is even more imminent. Guys, I'll say right after WrestleMania. I won't be shocked if it's before. I won't be shocked if it's the end of the month. But I'll say right after WrestleMania, expect the biggest mass WWE cuts we've ever seen. I honestly believe if this is all about a sale eventually, which I think it is, you are going to see the biggest round of WWE cuts imaginable. And that is when Tony Khan, I know I'm jumping far ahead here, I hope Tony Khan doesn't whip out fucking daddy's wallet and start signing anybody, because this will be a Titanic situation, literally and figuratively, man, when that fucking ship sinks. If you hire everybody, Tony Khan will be in a world of shit. He needs to be strategic. This is what I mean. Just budget cuts it's gonna hurt WWE. Financially, they'll make a buck, but it's gonna hurt the fucking everything. Morale, what the fans are viewing, their favorites. These people have fucking livelihoods. They got to put food on the table. It's going to affect everything, but it's also going to be a ripple effect throughout the entire wrestling world when you have budget cuts. And I'm expecting the biggest budget cuts imaginable. And Big Nang. I saw that quickly. You mentioned Goldberg and Brock and everybody. Yeah, that's the funny thing, and I use funny not as a realistic term. It's quite sad. You're going to see all these budget cuts, and you're going to see people like Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, and all them get even more money on part-time status, because this is what Vince thinks needs to be done. He doesn't build new wrestlers. He doesn't build big superstars that are larger than life anymore. He doesn't want them to be bigger than the company anymore. So we don't even get that. But guys, just expect that, man. It's coming, I'm telling you. Yeah. You guys know what's up, dude. I don't even got to tell my amplified unit. You guys know exactly what's coming, man. Chat, how do you even, how are you guys registering this, man? I didn't even, get a chance to really register what you guys are. How are you guys feeling about this, man? Tony Khan buying WWE. Could you imagine that shit? Not really shocked, just sick. And James, yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, James. Sir Charles, not surprised. You said it all along. Yeah, I did. A lot of people didn't want to believe me, Sir Charles, and I understand that. There's bigger channels in the community. I started later than everybody else. I get it, and so some people just think that if it's coming from someone who's been doing it longer, they know more. No, they don't. I actually know a lot more than a lot of the people doing it longer than me, I assure you. Sometimes I wish I didn't know more than them. Sometimes I wish I wasn't hearing things from my people down in Florida, but I am, man, and I get these scoops, and it pains me to hear them sometimes. So disappointed. Yellow Rose. I think we all are. I think we knew that it wasn't just and by the way, guys, thank you for 270 up on the ups, man. We're about to hit 300 live. When we go off the air from being live, and thousands of people are going to catch this over the next 24 hours. That's what usually happens. They're going to see that we kicked ass, man. So do me a favor, smash 300 on those ups. I really do appreciate that, man. If you think that this is absolutely batshit stupid, it's sickening, this is absolutely not going to help business, support, man. Support BC in the channel and put that over 300, because this is not going to help business. They'll get dimes. They're going to make even more fucking money, no doubt. And people are going to go, well, BC, that's what business is about, man, is making the most money. Guys, business is not just about that. Mark Cuban once famously said during the pandemic, he said, I could easily have just made a lot of money, did budget cuts, cut people. He said, instead, I made sure everybody was taken care of. I made sure our fans still had shit to talk about during the pandemic. And now look, man, he's pulling in that record revenue again, and he's looked at as one of the best fucking owners in the league. It's about how you treat people, guys. It's about the content you're giving the fans. It's about longevity. It's not just about liquidating to make the most money possible in a 5 to 10 year period. It's not what business is about. Carlos, BC's Florida sources are the best. Yeah, I love they're all, even when they're wrong, they're so right. There was one of the things I'm so proud of them. They told me about Alexa Bliss possibly winning the Rumble. I think it was like last year. And everybody was like, what the fuck? Because Alexa wasn't even in the running. People didn't even know if she was going to be in that shit. And Vegas, a week later, Vegas had her in the top 3 to win it, man. And I was the first one to break that shit. And I was like, dude, I literally called up my peeps. I was like, dude, you guys fucking rock. She didn't end up winning it, but I was so proud of them, man. Like, you know, when they feed me shit, I got to fucking, like, sit on it because I want to make sure it's accurate. I want them to get more info, but it was one of the things I was so proud of. Guys, so, oh, by the way, we went over 3. Man, that was quick. Appreciate that, guys. Now we're going to 400 on the ups. Let's fucking make that shit happen live. Let's make my fucking, the crew that's not going to be able to catch us live, let them battle toward 500, man. We got to hit that fucking 4. I appreciate that, man. It just takes a moment to smash that. Helps out the channel. So, or if you don't like BC or the channel, but you're still watching because you want to be entertained, then don't smash it. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. And we got a couple new fucking channel members as well. I'll give a shout out to you guys in a little bit. Mr. Big 2000 just joined. And I think somebody else joined earlier. Mike. Oh, man. There was a new channel member not long ago. Oh, there were several new channel members, man. Mr. Big 200, Jay Khan, Rachel Rocca, and Mike Miller. Welcome to the unit as channel members, man. Appreciate you guys. Welcome to the gold status. You guys just went up another. You're what we call gold team go. Welcome to the gold team, man. Pretty fucking cool. Guys, I don't want to keep here. I put up 3 videos yesterday. I know I took a lot of your guys' time. Thankfully, you guys seem like you enjoyed all the content. And here we are this morning, and I had to take another hour plus of your time. But this is big news. It had to be talked about, and I just wanted it to be me because I know there's so many podcasters these days and people that you guys watch, and I just feel like their information is going to be skewed and they don't really know what's happening. They don't understand the business. So they're just going to read a bunch of shit and try to like wiggle their way through it for their audience. I wanted to tell you guys exactly what is happening, man, and not to be too shocked about what happens next, not to be shocked about the budget cuts that are inevitably coming, not to be shocked about a potential sale, but before that, all of the big deals that Vince will try to pull in at the fans' expense because the show is not going to get better. Don't be shocked if it actually somehow gets worse. Don't be shocked, guys. Much love and respect to every single one of you, man. And before I do anything, before I peace out for the rest of the day, I know there's some super chatters, man. You guys tip the channel. I always want to make sure I give you guys a shout out, everybody that tipped the channel during this live stream. And I want to start from the very beginning. Oh, there was a lot of you guys that tipped the channel, man. Colin, $4.99 says, can you tell the community that Tony McMahon been there the whole time? LOL. Tony McMahon. What are we mixing Tony Khan up in this shit? Poor Triple H has Vince McMahon in his left ear, Tony Khan in his right ear. I know, man. BC's tried to preach that. Vince never fucking left. Colin, Preaching to the choir. Chat, much love right back to you guys. I'm seeing you guys, man. Much love right back to you guys. Thank you for joining me. I mean, this was a pretty, I gave you guys 25 minutes notice on a Friday afternoon. Friday morning for some of you. And for the turnout that we had, pretty fucking special. You guys showed the thousands that are going to catch us in the next 24 hours that we rocked out live. And that's always such a cool thing. So I appreciate that, everybody. Back to my super chats. I want to give a shout out over to Gerald Armstrong with a 2-spot. Will Vince rename Austin Theory to Theory again? Oh, it's coming. I said this, man. Do you think that fucking H just came up with Munchkin for Mia Yim? Do you think that fucking Paul Levesque just one day goes, I don't like Mia Yim. I'm going to go with Munchies or Munchkin, whatever the fuck he renamed her. No. That was from Vinnie Mac. Vince changes all that shit. Do you think fucking Triple H just said, you're not Sarah Logan to me. You're Van Halen, the rock band. No, that doesn't happen, bro. That's Vinnie Mac. I'm not letting 3 H's off the hook. I think he got damaged by Tony Khan whooping his ass in the NXT days. And I don't think he's ever recovered creatively. But I absolutely know that Vince was right there. And he'll probably be back to Theory within the next 2 weeks. And people will be saying he needs another repackaging. What, is it not Munchies or Munchkin? What the fuck? You can't just go around changing everybody's... We used to give Vince McMahon hell for that. I don't see why people let Triple H off the hook. But at least you have a reason to now, because everybody knows Vince was there all along, bro. Yeah, with Vince coming in, Sir Charles, change it to conspiracy theory, basically. Gerald Armstrong, it's only a matter of time, bro. Jake, brand new gold card member as of yesterday, by the way. Jay, tried and true on the channel too, $4.99. BC, do you know what happens when Vince returns as CEO? He's on the list! I haven't done Jericho's that in a long time, man. Hopefully I did that justice. Vince McMahon is back. Vince McMahon is back. You just made the list! I missed that list, man. Jay, much love and respect. Savage, 1024, The Punisher, with a 5-spot, a 5-spot, and a 10-spot, and another 5-spot. Savage, 1024, The Punisher, fucking tipping the channel big time, man. I refuse to believe WWE won't sell to The Rock or a network and then go out of business. Savage, it's funny you say that because a lot of my unit will tell you that, and you probably were around when I was saying this. I truly believe that when they sell, Nick Khan, the current CEO supposedly, and The Rock will be the main influencers of that sell. They will absolutely be the main buyers on that. The main investors anyway. Obviously, they're going to have more investors with them. I used to say it's going to be NBC Universal. Peacock, all of that is together. But now The Rock is doing so much more with Disney that I wouldn't be shocked. And Nick Khan always had a good relationship with Disney, just like he does with NBC Universal. So what I'm saying is, whether it's Disney or whether it's NBC Universal, Nick Khan and The Rock could easily be the forefront runners with the investors to buy WWE. Could you imagine if The Rock owned WWE? I mean, I'm asking that because, guys, that's very possible. I'm not just pulling that out of my fucking ass or out of the sky. That's very easily what could happen. Savage 1024, The Punisher, also says, a company that constantly has budget cuts tells you that they're losing ratings and money. Should tell everyone they're going out of business. Or they're just trying to sell, Savage, yeah. It is basically going out of business in a way, because I call it liquidating. And when you liquidate, it's usually you're going out of business. But he's liquidating just to squeeze every penny, and then he's going to abort ship, abort the mission, sell that bitch. But he's going to remain at the top of that board. He's going to remain with all those shares and all that. So Vince is going to double dip the way he always has. So he's going to sell, and then he's going to remain at the top, while probably The Rock and Nick Khan own the motherfucker with other investors. Mark my words, guys. Don't be shocked if that happens. I'm usually not wrong at this shit. I haven't been wrong yet on this whole entire adventure when it comes to Vince and everything he's been doing. Savage 1024, The Punisher, also says CM Punk was right about WWE this whole time. And to those who side with Kenny, I can't captivate an audience, Omega. I bet CM Punk is right about him as well. Well, I don't know about all that. That's all AEW talk, Savage. There's two different sides of the coin there. CM Punk, and he's got his buddies there like FTR that are sticking up for him. And Kenny Omega has the majority of the locker room of AEW sticking up for him. Jericho has already said that he is not inviting Punk back at all. Jericho is now the new locker room leader. I'm hearing that Jericho has more pull than the EVPs. And Jericho does not want Punk back. So you guys can stop with the Punk coming back thing because Jericho doesn't want it. So unless that ever changes, and I don't think Punk would ever... What is Punk coming back doing? His body has failed him. CM Punk's body is telling you he can't wrestle anymore. He came back for 1 year, had a handful of matches, and he got hurt big time twice. He couldn't even jump into the crowd without breaking a bone. I mean, this dude is hurting. And the locker room morale is never good with Phil Brooks in it, whether it's WWE or AEW. I mean, I think it's time for Phil Brooks and pro wrestling to unfortunately part ways. I don't see anything left that's going to make Phil Brooks happy or pro wrestling, man. So, Savage, Punk can be right about a lot of things, but I think it's his time in wrestling should be done for his own health. Because it's sad what's happening to him and his body, and it just can't keep up anymore. Savage, 1024 The Punisher, also says, I wouldn't shed a tear if WWE went out of business tomorrow because they knew the consequences. I would be fucking saddened because it's what I knew my whole life, and it's what got me out of a lot of tough times. I would absolutely be taken back, saddened. It would suck. I probably wouldn't be able to comprehend it for a while. It would be like losing somebody, like you're losing something that was your whole fucking life or a big part of it. But yeah, they would be the ones to blame. Every move they've been making the last 10 years has been leading to something bad happening with that company, man. So I don't see. Iman Perry says it was only 2 injuries. He was only there for a year, Iman. How many injuries do you want? What's the quota for a year, Iman? The guy was there for 1 year, had a handful of matches. He gets 2 big injuries. Iman's like, it's only 2. It's only 2. If he didn't get suspended, he would have only had a 3rd injury, basically. It was only 2 injuries. What's the fucking big deal? His body's not breaking down. He couldn't even jump into the crowd without breaking something. He's fine. Put him in there. Put him in an Iron Man match with Brian Danielson. Punk is injury prone, man. That's what that means, guys. When you break a bone and you start to break another one and your body starts breaking down. There was a Yankee, Hideki Matsui. I don't know if you guys remember. He was known for just his durability, his stability. This guy did not get hurt. Did not get hurt. He was there every game, like a fucking Cal Ripken or some shit. He just didn't miss a game. He dislocated his knee or something. He had a bad leg injury one day, and it was horrible. He had to rehab it, came back, and not long after, his other leg blew out because you overcompensate is what happens. And from that point on, he just racked up more and more injuries. What happens is once you get that first injury, unfortunately, that's your body saying we're breaking down. It's sad, but it's what happens. And it's always sad to see, but oh yeah, Iman, I know, bro. I'm just having fun. I just happened to catch that in the chat. It was only 2 injuries, but that's what I mean. It's going to lead to 3, 4. That's your body telling you. And it was so sad. And Hideki Matsui was gone a couple years later. It was so sad to see, man, because he was so durable. But that's the human body just telling you we're breaking down. We got the mileage on us. So, you just can't escape father time sometimes, or all the time. You can't escape father time. Enforcer 2K9 with a 2 spot. Vince, I am inevitable. Snap. What does that mean, Enforcer 2K9? Vince, I am inevitable. Star, snap, star. I don't get it, Enforcer 2K9. Explain to me in the chat if you're still in here. I need to know what you're talking about there. I don't get the joke. Jack Brewer, 10 spot. Mercedes knew and left. VKM had his 3 puppets. He was the puppet master. VKM is still trying to push Theory, Lacey Evans, and Charlotte. Nobody cares about them. Exclamation point, Jack Brewer. I've been trying to tell everybody that. Most people, my amplified unit knows. Other people don't want to believe it, and now they're forced to. There's no way around it now, man. Oh, Thanos. What the fuck is a Thanos? I don't know what a Thanos is. What are we talking about? Is that Vince McMahon's grandmother's name? What is a Thanos? Marvel Comics? I don't watch, I don't know about comics. I don't do anything with comics. Avengers. Okay. I don't watch movie. Guys, I don't have time for look at my fucking schedule. This is my hobby. My hobby. You guys thought I was bullshitting you. My free time is making these vids and live streams with you guys. When I'm done with this, I hit the road, I get 2 fucking coffees, and I go kick ass in the world, man. I make that fucking money. I do everything that needs to be done. I don't have time to watch. I wish I did have more time to watch Netflix. I want to Netflix and chill. Fuck. I deserve that. Yeah, I don't watch Marvel Avengers, guys. I don't even know one character in Marvel Avengers. Back in the day, I used to watch Batman was big for us. It was a Batman franchise with Michael Keaton was Batman back in the day. Now there's been 100 of them. I've never seen a Spider-Man. I've never seen Superman. I've never seen any of the Batista Marvel movies or whatever that is. I've never seen those. I've never, and I mean that, guys. I'm not even like, I'm not trying to get a laugh. You guys are probably fucking in awe right now that I've never seen them. I've never seen any of those, guys. I don't watch Guardians. Thank you, guys. I don't watch Guardians. Yeah. Jer9. To be fair, Superman is really bad, at least to me. Yeah, I don't watch any of that, man. My escape, guys, has always just been pro wrestling. I guess you guys can do both. I don't have that time anymore. Back in the day, maybe I would have been more. Yeah, I just don't have any of that. But yeah, it's cool. I love the fact when I don't diss that at all. I love going to like the theme parks and shit and seeing all of that stuff, the Spider-Mans and all that, man. That shit is fucking, because I understand it. You know, wrestling is my outlet. I totally understand that fandom. So I love all of that shit, even though I don't watch it. John Cena. I was up in the sky, man. I was on a ride. I think I was coming back from Florida or California recently, and John Cena is in like a type of he plays like kind of like a superhero, but it's like almost like a farce. I think it's called Peacemaker. That shit is funny, guys. I've only made it 2 episodes in, and I can't wait to see the 3rd episode. But John Cena's in a funny thing. I think it's called Peacemaker. That was kind of funny. Anyway, guys, sorry about that. Who was that? Enforcer 2K9. I didn't get the reference. My unit just lit that shit up and told me about it, though. Peacemaker. Yeah, you guys got to see that. It's pretty funny, guys. Jack Brewer, you were exactly right, though, man. Mercedes knew what was up, dude. I think that's pretty evident. And she made the right call, dude. We'll see what her next moves are for sure, because we'll be following it and rocking with her. Clutch City fan, 10 spot. Vince doesn't care about the fans. I'll use Charlie Flair as an example. We don't like her, but he keeps on pushing her with undeserved titles when the best female wrestler in the world got pushed off. Clutch City fan, you're right, man. You see Sasha have to go elsewhere because she's sickened by the same shit we just saw last Friday. Business as usual. They're in denial, guys. They're in fucking denial. Now, Charlotte has her own fans, of course. Every wrestler has their own fans. But when you cannot connect with the majority of the audience, which is why Charlotte turned heel and face 9 times in 7 years, that means you're not connecting with the majority of the audience. They don't know what to do with you. So they keep doing the same fucking shit, expecting a different result. Let's throw another title on her, and another title, and another title, and there'll be no connection. Clutch City fan, exclamation point, man. Colin, $4.99. If it weren't for Vince McMahon, I wouldn't be a wrestling fan. Yeah, Colin, that's what I said earlier. So that it's sad. It pains me to say that Vince has to step aside eventually, or WWE is completely fucking done, like for real. Not being over dramatic, not overemphasizing the situation at all. Like it's seriously done if Vince doesn't eventually step to the side for real. And it pains me to say that because like you, Colin, I grew up with the motherfucker. He's the reason I love pro wrestling. JB's Productions, 5 spot. Respect. You've been bringing the streams as soon as the news dropped these last few days. Other podcasters have done nothing. Complete amplification. JB's Productions, I appreciate that big time. And even if the other podcasters try to make content, I don't think they're going to know enough information. You know, BC always knows the business side of it more. I love the business side of it. You know, I always kind of saw what was happening and I always enjoyed learning more about what's happening behind the scenes. So JB's Productions, it's kind of better that other podcasters are not talking too much about it. I don't think they would know enough about it. I really don't. And then they just give you their opinions. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and they're usually full of shit. I don't care about opinions. When I go live on these streams, we need to start talking about the facts because we all need to be on the same page because bad shit's coming from Vince McMahon, I assure you. I appreciate that, JB's Productions. Blitzball Champ is up in here. I haven't seen Blitzball Champ in a second, man. What's up, dude? Happy New Year, BC. It's been a while. Welp, let the scramble begin. Blitzball Champ, Happy New Year, dude. Good to see you up in here. And yeah, here it goes again, man. It begins again, all right? That's what I say. But I also say, Blitzball Champ, that he never left. But it's still kind of shocking, I understand, when it actually happens, bro. Here we go again. And he didn't even try to hide it. I mean, he removed 3 people on his own, brought his people in, George Barrios, Michelle Wilson. He fucking bullied his way immediately to an executive position, man. That's supposed to hold off for a little bit, guys. I know the process. He fucking said, nope, I have the majority shares. I got the voting power. You need me. Move. Vince came with a fucking tornado of vengeance. It's ruthless aggression. And if you think, and if anybody out there thinks that this is not going to leak to more creative decision making by Vince, you don't understand. He's talking about he's coming back to make sure that they get every dime from every deal going forward. That's what he's saying. That's in his statement. Well, his product is the wrestlers, guys. His product is the show. That's like saying, let's use CM Punk, Phil Brooks' line from the media scrum after All Out when he said, like, the Elite, Hangman, whatever, they couldn't manage a Target. Let's use Target. The CEO of Target and the big executives of Target, do you know that they have complete control over everything you see in the stores? That's not the store manager. That's not the district manager. That is the CEO and the executives up in the offices. They have everything you see from the aisles, what's in the aisles, everything that you see in those Targets, those Walmarts, that's coming right from the fucking top because that's their direct link to all the money that they're going to make. So everyone that Vince wants to push is going to be it. Every storyline, every lack of storyline, everything. So I know some people are saying, well, if you read it, it doesn't say it's going to do anything with the creative, and he actually says he's not going to bother any of them. Guys, he's already been bothering them. His whole mission is to gain the most money. His product is the wrestlers. His product is a wrestling show. He's running the creativity, guys. Blitzball Champ, appreciate that. Swift 718 5 spot. I always believed Vince was still running the show covertly, but coming public with it shows a bigger set of grapefruits. Yeah, I mean, he reached a point where he was not fucking around, man. I think he was honestly told, okay, we're going to let the smoke settle from the investigation. You go away for a few months. You're going to put your family in charge, Triple H, Stephanie, and Nick Khan, right? His right-hand man. And you go away. The smoke will settle. The dust will settle and clear. And then you come back. Your family is the one in position, so they just move out of the way. You can easily put yourself back on the board, which is what he did. You can appoint yourself an executive, which is what he did. And what happened was more people started talking bad about Vince, and he's like, well, fuck, I should have never left. And that's when we heard 2 weeks ago, or a little bit more, that Vince feels that he got bad advice and he wants to come back. And here we are a couple weeks later, and he's back. That's how fast it happened. Who told you this, guys? BC told you that's exactly what was happening on day one. It's amazing, man. If people just listened more. I'm not trying to give you my opinion. I'm not trying to act like I'm smarter than anybody. I'm trying to fucking get everybody on the same page so we all know what's happening, and maybe as fans we can try to make shit better. Swift 718. No doubt, bro. Christopher Blackshear, gold card, $199. VKM is reinstated. God help WWE. I don't even know if God can help them at this point, bro. I don't even know who can help WWE at this point, man. You know, does God want to take on the devil right now, right? Because that's what Vincent Kennedy truly is at this point, bro. You know, God's looking over there like, oh, the fucking devil's back. Oh, man, Christopher Blackshear. Jack Brewer, 2 spot. Watch VKM make an appearance on Smackdown or Raw. Oh, That's the ego that he's got, man. He'll go publicly right in that ring just to say fuck you to everybody who's got a problem with this. I promise you, man. He will say fuck you to everybody who's got a problem with this. Guys, there's more super chats I want to get to, but real quick in the chat, do you guys think FTR, even if you don't watch AEW, if you know about FTR, do you think they're going to WWE after this big losing streak? And then the Gun Club said they're never coming back to Dynamite or AEW. So we heard rumors that around WrestleMania they are going to come back and they could take the titles from the Usos. JR9 says yes. My right-hand man on the channel, JR9 Gaming. Gold card. Sir Charles says, Mr. Black Eye says nope. Carlos says they're going somewhere for sure. Carlos Ray, what up, dude? Carlos says going somewhere. I doubt it, Jack. MG Jaws says no. Ashley Stegel says possible. AWS Promotion says nope. Wouldn't be surprised. Triple J82. No Soul says no. WWE AEW Marvel fan says not a chance. Big Nang is talking to Ashley Stegels. Internal chat conversation. Sorry to eavesdrop on that, Big Nang and Ashley Stegels. They need to, says Alicia. After that losing streak, man. All right, thanks, guys. I don't know why that caught my fucking attention. That is interesting. Oh, shit, man. We about to hit 400, dude. Make that happen, man. We're only like 20 away from 400 on the ups live. Middle of the afternoon with 20 to 25 minutes of notice, guys. That's going to look fucking awesome when the crowd comes in post live and they're like, damn, they rocked out on the afternoon. Appreciate that, guys. Let's get that to 400 plus if you don't mind. Let me go back to my supers, though. Mr. Black Ice 22, 5 spot. After he got out of those allegations, his chest was out more than ever. Don't be surprised if Laurinaitis will be back. Bring the pinatas back. LOL. Oh, well. Mr. Black Ice of the pinatas, man. We're going old school, Mr. Black Ice. Good to see you up in here as always, dude. And you're right. You know, you say, that's never going to happen. Do you know who we're talking about? Mr. Black Ice 22 isn't entirely joking here. John fucking Laurinaitis could easily be back. Vince has showed you in the last 24 hours. He didn't even give it 24 hours, 12 hours. That this dude's back with a vengeance to create a tornado to fuck everybody up. And you're exactly right. After the whole thing, now that he's back, his chest is going to be out bigger than in his prime working out in that gym. Zachary Giarello, $4.99. Zachary says if Vince sells WWE, will he still be the shareholder? Also, who do you think will buy WWE? Zachary, part one of that question, yes. That's what people are not understanding. Just because Vince sells, he's going to make the most money. And he will remain, guys. He will remain as the head guy on that fucking board with the most shares, the most voting. He remains all that, guys. Unless there's something in that sale that he would give up. Vince will make sure that he not only cashed in on the sale, but he's still running the shit. So everybody thinks, good, let him sell it. It'll be somebody different than Vince. You don't know how this works, man. Don't be shocked if it sells and then Vince is still in charge. And the second part of that question, Zachary, who do I think will buy WWE? I think it's going to be The Rock and Nick Khan with a huge investment conglomerate behind it, like a Walt Disney or a NBC Universal. That makes the most sense. And both already have ties to WWE, and immaculate ties to The Rock and Nick Khan. So I have to believe that The Rock somehow will be involved with owning World Wrestling Entertainment, and he's still going to kind of be Vince McMahon's bitch. You know what I mean? It's not going to really change. It's funny, guys, because whether The Rock admits it or not, Rock knows. Vince has something Rock wants, WWE. Rock has something Vince wants, ownership of XFL, which he had to give up for business and other reasons. So Vince wants what The Rock has. Rock has what Vince has. It's kind of funny. And I wouldn't be shocked if something plays into that in the future. DeMonte Mabry, $1.99. Watch VKM be in a weird segment with Austin Theory. Oh, bro, Monday night, there he is, man. Austin Theory goes off in his new green booty shorts, and Vince McMahon's like, wow, things have changed. Things have changed, man. I like this reset. Austin Theory, shut the door and lock it. I got business to go over with you. Show me your little theory. I wouldn't doubt it, man. The way that Vince used to look at Austin Theory, sketchy shit, bro. DeMonte says, watch VK and be in a weird segment with Austin Theory. AWS Promotions, 2-spot. I feel sorry for Bray Wyatt. He's screwed. Not necessarily AWS Promotions. He was coming back regardless. I think the big reason he came back was because of Vince. I really do. Everybody has already said it's like a father-son relationship between Vince and Bray. And like Bray said in his statement before he re-signed, he goes, I think it's time. It's time to come back. It's time to, Vince always gave him so much. Vince booked him beautifully. It was just at the matches that mattered the most, Vince botched him and did him dirty. Goldberg in that title fucking calamity, tragedy in Saudi. I think it was like Super Showdown. What happened with Goldberg is not acceptable. Unacceptable. What happened with Randy Orton at WrestleMania, 1 RKO when he got the biggest pop of the night with Alexa, unacceptable. What happened with Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell, unacceptable. Other matches as well. But as far as the weekly booking, he was number 1 rated. He was the fucking top merchandise seller. He was the peak in viewership on this platform. Vince always had a soft spot for Bray. And Bray for Vince. I think this was going to happen no matter what. It's just what is going to happen in the big matches. That's going to be how we determine what happens with Bray. He needs the right booking, and he needs to start winning those big matches, man. Ashley Steggles, I agree. It was more than bullshit, man. Hey, Michael Anthony. You know that's something Vince would say, man. Show me your little Theory. Poor Theory's like, can I just leave? Can I please just go? You go and I will tell you you can go. Maybe you didn't hear, buddy. I'm back. And I'm better than ever. Yeah, Triple J82. I can't get that one. You guys tell me that's one of my best videos ever. That was I was like in a cold fucking car somewhere, maybe New England or something. And I just went batshit ballistic. I couldn't believe they did that. And I just recorded an audio podcast formatted video. Audio only. In a cold car, I believe. I forget what the circumstance. It was cold. And I just started fucking screaming for 30 minutes. You guys tell me that's one of my best performances ever. I don't fucking know. You were getting raw passion. I mean, it's my duty when this red light goes on, it's my duty to entertain you, obviously. So I always turn the volume up and I become more amplified. But on that day, it was cold and I was pissed off at what they did to Bray, and I just let you guys fucking have my my candid thoughts as I always do. AWS Promotions. Yeah, I think Bray should be okay. What's going to tell is those big matches. Fleck Guapo 565. We need classics with pro wrestling. Fuck ya bangers. And we'll be at the NXT Vengeance February 4th. I'll be streaming it via Twitch and need the amp game to show up. Fleck! Sounds fucking amazing, bro. Fleck Guapo is going to be Twitch streaming. What is that? Vengeance February 4th. And I totally agree with you, man. We need the classics. We need the shit that's going to captivate us. Larger than life characters, the storylines that matter, the shit that leaves us on the edge of our seat, not the bangers. You can get 1 million bangers every week, guys. It's not going to help pro wrestling, and the ratings are telling you that. Fleck Guapo, exclamation point, bro. Sheriff Rivers, 10 spot. Sheriff Rivers says, Vince coming back is the equivalent to your work boss doing the TV show Undercover Boss, LOL. Sheriff Rivers, that's probably what he was doing the last 4 months. Vince McMahon was the undercover boss, bro. That's funny, dude. Shadow Moss, 5 spot. Stop all the hate. We should praise Vince. Thank you, Vince McMahon, for everything he has brought to the sport of wrestling. I agree, Shadow. Let's have a moment of thanking Vince. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to thank Vince McMahon for all that he has done for professional wrestling. Thank you. Now, let's have a moment of silence for the fucking end of WWE because of Vince McMahon. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today because Vince McMahon is destroying world wrestling entertainment and he refuses to get out of the way for the paramedics to help resuscitate WWE. Thank you for these prayers. How do you like that, bitches? Gonna thank Vince McMahon today, bro. Ain't gonna happen. Nope. Not gonna fucking happen. He is helping to destroy what we once loved. Isaacar! Or Isaac R. 499. Do you expect any VKM antics tonight on SmackDown? Oh, man, I want to say no, of course not, but you don't know. This dude is bullying his way through the board as we speak. They're having a talent meeting as we speak right now. An emergency talent meeting has been called because from what we're hearing, the roster is, and this is the exact quote I got, in shock over the news when they shouldn't be. But I can kind of see why they still are, even if they saw it coming. So, I mean, I wouldn't put it past that this dude's going to show up at the fucking emergency meeting, show up on SmackDown tonight. I wouldn't put it past this guy just to say fuck you to everybody and show that nothing is bothering him. Mr. Black Ice 22, 2-spot. Bet you tonight VKM wrath will begin. Count on that. Yeah, we were just talking about that, Mr. Black Ice 22. It absolutely could be happening, man. Oh, guys, we went over 400, dude. Over 400 on the up, so we're on our way to 500 live. 25 minutes of notice, tops. I think it was 24 minutes, middle of the afternoon, and we're going to 500. Fuck yeah, man. That shows everybody that is going to tune in afterwards, man, that we rocked out, so I appreciate that. Titan Poetic Chef. Titan Poetic Chef, 5-spot. Just find it interesting that Vince revamped Insurrection 1 year to the date. Yeah. Well, Titan Poetic Chef, I find it interesting that Vince did everything he did in the last year. But yeah, count that at the fucking top. WWE AEW Marvel fan, 5-spot. I hope I'm wrong when I say that McMahon will bully his way to change the WrestleMania plans. Lynch versus Rousey and Reigns versus Rock as the main events. Reigns versus Rock should happen. And he should be 2 separate matches. Cody versus Roman as well. WrestleMania Saturday night 1, WrestleMania Sunday night 2. Cody Rhodes 1 match, Rock night 2. Or vice versa. As far as Rousey and Lynch, I don't know why I'm hearing that. JR9 Gaming, you still up in here? Or anybody in the chat, but JR9, are you hearing that that's the official plan? Rousey versus Lynch? Because that makes no fucking sense. Rousey, and I'm a Rousey fan, or I was anyway, but she has been booked like trash in WWE, and she has sucked in WWE. Her promos suck, her wrestling sucks most of the time, and it pains me to say that because I like Ronda Rousey. But after what just happened, a 1-minute match with Charlotte being fruit roll-upped and looking like a fucking embarrassing clown, who the fuck wants to see Rousey versus Lynch at WrestleMania as one of the main events? Is that what you guys are hearing, or is that just rumor? Because I have not been hearing that, to be honest. I haven't heard Rhea versus Ronda. Rhea Ripley's on Monday Night Raw. Ronda's on SmackDown. Rhea would have to win the Rumble, but Ronda doesn't even have the title anyway, so I don't see how they would get to Ronda versus Rhea. JR9 says Ronda and Lynch was scrapped. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's nobody. I mean, Ronda Rousey's credibility is done. She has no credibility anymore, and that sucks because I'm a Ronda fan. It's pathetic what happened to her, but she's just... It doesn't even feel like she's all in on it anyway, guys. It doesn't feel like Ronda's heart is there. Isaac R. 199. I might not watch WWE if the worst is to come. Oh, it's still to come. Vince McMahon put even more of his puppets in place. George Barrios, Michelle Wilson joined him on the board this morning. And then we heard that he has officially bullied his way to the executive chairman position. I'm flabbergasted. Don't be shocked if within the next 24 hours we find out he's full-blown CEO again. I mean, I don't see how any of this ends right for that company or anybody. The stock is loving it now because they're going to cash in on a lot of shit, you know? They think they're going to sell. They're not selling any fucking time soon. I mean, it's imminent, but not that imminent. Dr. Smooth, the dude, 2 spots. SmackDown should chant, no more Vince. No more Vince. No more... Oh, dude, that would be beautiful. Instead, you know what they'll do if he comes down tonight? They'll fucking be bowing down to him because it's Vince McMahon. That's what they always do. Go, Pack, go, says Dr. Smooth, dude. Fuck yeah, man. I'm all fucking decked out with my Green Bay Packers. We have a big playoff game this Sunday. It's technically not the playoffs, but we have to win or it's our last game of the season. It's basically a playoff game for us. We have to beat the Lions. Sunday Night Football. If you guys don't watch football, I still would appreciate, my team would appreciate your support Sunday night. We're going to be taking on Detroit Lions. We could use your support, man. Because we have to win that game. Prime Killer, 2-spot. Imagine Vince being revealed as Uncle Howdy. Prime Killer, why you got to do that, man? Fucking Vince. Well, we'll know by his fucking walk, bro. Uncle Howdy comes down. Then he gets on the mic. You're all fired. Michael Cole screaming, I think Uncle Howdy just fired everyone. Angel Scratch Show, 2-spot. Rock and Sasha to buy WWE. Could you imagine, bro? BC would be on cloud 9, bro. I'd be doing these podcasts on cloud 9, literally. Enforcer 2K9, 5-spot. Thanos gathered 6 Infinity Stones to become all-powerful and used his power to eliminate half of all life in the universe with a snap of his fingers. Oh, so that really is like a fucking Vince McMahon equation to WWE, bro. That is one hell of a backstory. Vince McMahon is fucking parading himself right behind Thanos then. Enforcer 2K9, I just learned something, dude. That is Vince McMahon in a nutshell. Enforcer 2K9, good to see you already. I see the connection. WWE AEW Marvel fan, 5-spot. The Rock was in his own hero movie called Black Adam. Okay. I did hear about that, by the way. I don't think I'll ever see it because, again, I just don't watch a lot of movies, especially not superhero movies. But I bet you it was badass because The Rock is really good at what he does. Big Time Baxter, 449. BC, if TK brings in Mercedes, you have to give the women more main events. TV time, spotlight, opening, closing shows. The ratings may collapse even more. Or the ratings may... Yeah, well, that's the thing. Big Time Baxter, whether they collapse a little bit at front or not, and they might, because a lot of fans just don't give women's wrestling a chance. And you see that in the ratings. But there's no question. If somehow Tony Khan is able to land Sasha Banks, Mercedes money... I mean, this is not just more women's time, women's matches. You have to absolutely put them in the main event more. This is somebody who can change the landscape, man. That's what Sasha did in WWE. She was just never given the chance to do more. She was booked like shit and played second fiddle to people like Charlie Flair. So, yeah, TK has to correct that wrong for sure and make sure that he doesn't do the same thing. And the ratings may take a hit at first, but fuck, you got to at least give them that chance. I've been saying that without Mercedes money in AEW. You still have to give them the chance to see if they can captivate an audience. Ashley Steggles, 449. Do I hear a 1-4? I hear a 1-3, 1-2 from the mark in the back. Sorry, BC, was just having a bidding war on Raw's ratings going forward. I gotcha, bro. Do I hear a 1.4? A 1-3? Do I hear a 1-2? Do I hear a 1-1? I got a 1-4-5 here. I got a 1-6, 1-6, 1-6. What about March 4th, Monday Night Raw? I got a 1-4, 1-4, 1-4, 1-3, 1-3. I got a 1-7, 1-7. Do I beat a 1-7, 1-8, 1-8, 1-8? What? No, 1-2, 1-2. I got a 1-3, 1-4, 1-4. I got a 1-4 going once, going twice. I got a 1-2. I got a 1-2. I got a 1-1. I got a 1-1-1. That's how you do it at an auction, by the way. Listen, Ashley, as much as we joke around, if Vince McMahon is really going to do this thing creatively as well, don't be shocked if you see a 1-1, 1-2 by the end of the year. Coming. I said 1-2. At this point, would you even be shocked if it was a 1.1, bro? I just noticed that Carlos Ray, it seems like you're obsessed with my singing, man. Carlos has been saying he doesn't want my singing, but he's talking about it a lot. I think Carlos wants me to sing the fucking Triple H theme some more, bro. Carlos will not give it up. Carlos wants more. Damn it, he wants more. JR9, I think Carlos will not. I'm seeing some fucking Carlos will not give it up, bro. Carlos wants more of BC singing. Damn, Carlos. I can't, man. This is a more serious... Carlos, I know you want more singing. This is not a fucking American Idol here, bro. This is a serious video. Serious live stream, man. Vince McMahon is back. This is treacherous. WWE AEW Marvel fan 5-spot. Could you imagine Vince McMahon had the creative book The Rock to win the Royal Rumble instead of Cody Rhodes? Well, I mean, we have to get to The Rock and Roman Reigns at some point. That match has to happen. But no, Rock should not be winning the Royal Rumble. That is something Vince would do, though. Kevin MD, 2-spot. Moxley, Vince is going to die in that chair. Yeah, basic. I mean, where's the fucking lie in that, actually, Kevin MD? Tribe Nation, 2-spot. This is a sad day for WWE. Stay amped. You know it, Tribe Nation. And it's very sad, man. We saw it coming, but when it's actually official, it hits a little bit different and harder. Eric Decker, 2-spot. I need a VKM impression of him being back, please. I'm back! Damn it, I'm back! Move over, my doofus son-in-law! Stephanie, look at me. Look at me. Now move! I'm back! What are you looking at? What is your name? It doesn't matter what your name is. Get out of the way! I'm back and I'm better than ever! There you go, Eric Decker. That's my Vince McMahon walking through Titan Tower today in Stamford, Connecticut. Christopher Blackshear 499 says VKM back will result in the pitch black match being done with water guns. He's the one that needs to be beat with a wet rope. Yep, I think it was absolutely VKM who even made that match. He loves the connection with Mountain Dew. He loves the connection with anybody that's gonna fucking promote their shit and sponsor a match. And that's why they did the zombie shit with Netflix. That's why they did the fucking Pizza Hut thing. And everybody looks like an idiot, a joke. And now they put my boy Bray Wyatt in a Mountain Dew match. If anybody can pull it off, it is my boy Bray Wyatt. But he shouldn't be in that position. And this is just Vinnie Mac trying to squeeze a dime out of one of his best and only good characters today. And that's what Vince does. Christopher Blackshear, no fucking doubt, man. Oh, wow, there's a lot more. Hold on, man. No Soul Matt, 199. Just showing support. Thank you, BC. You're the GOAT, 100. I appreciate those words. No Soul Matt. I'm glad that you were able to tune into this thing. It was supposed to be about an hour. We're going toward 2 hours, but No Soul Matt, I appreciate it, man. And if I'm the GOAT, then that means my amplified unit, my audience, you guys, my subs, you guys, especially my gold card members, you guys are the fucking GOATs too, man. Hold on, there was more. Hold on, I got to get up the medium screen here, the big screen here. Oh, Claudio Beachball, 199. Move over, Papa H. Your real daddy is coming home. Yeah, bro. He knows. He knows. Papa H has a papa too, you know. Papa Micmac is back. KM 5-spot. Hey, BC, have been watching most of your live streams after you uploaded on YouTube. Keep up the good work. KM, I appreciate the support, and I'm glad you're watching and hopefully enjoying them. And yeah, I'll keep rocking out, man, especially with all the news that we've been getting this week, man. I'm glad that you guys chose this channel to be your number one source, and I hope I'm doing it justice. I hope I'm giving you all the information that you need and even looking forward to what's going to happen, because that's what I want you guys to understand. Like, there's a lot more that's happening now that Vince is back, and I can't say that any of it is actually good. I wish I could, but I can't do that. It's actually going to get worse now that Vince is back somehow, because he placed more of his old school people around him. So I hope you guys understand that he is placing all of his puppets in place, and it's only a matter of time before he starts pulling those fucking strings. KM, I appreciate that. Ashley Steggles, 449. JR9 figured it out in yesterday's stream. Carlos is the one that wants to sing, not you. Oh, Carlos, I didn't know that, bro. Carlos, get the pipes going. Let's see what song you got, man. Is that what we're doing? Or is Ashley Steggles just pulling one on me here, man? I tell you, we do have to get a new Monday Night Raw theme song. Big Time Baxter, 179. TK needs to get over 1 mil. TV renewal soon. Mega Bank. Big Time Baxter, he's back for supposedly that, bro. He's back to fucking do what he says only he can do, and that's why he should be back on the board. It was the biggest bullshit letter that he sent to the shareholders and the board. It was the biggest he made it sound like without him, nothing can be done correctly. I mean, you gotta actually feel bad for Paul Levesque and Stephanie and Nick and everybody. In that letter last night, Vince made it sound like they're fucking just blithering fucking schmucks who don't have a clue what they're doing and they need to be pointed the right way or they're going to fucking keep hitting a telephone pole nonstop. I mean, this dude doesn't care who the fuck he ruins in the process or how it looks for anybody else. As long as he has his chest pumped out, he is on cloud nine. DeMonte Mabry, 199. 10-bell salute for the death of WWE. Basically, man. Yeah, we're going to have to do that. I don't have the actual bell. My tried and trues, remember, I actually used to have the fucking bell, the ring bell. I don't have that on me, but soon, DeMonte Mabry, I think we're probably Monday Night Raw. Depending on how tragically bad Monday Night Raw is, we may have to toll that fucking bell 10 times. Jimmy Fingers 19, 519. I hope Bray had an out clause in his new contract that states he can get out if Vince comes back. Bray is likely going to get a fruit roll-up at Royal Rumble. Listen, the fact that he's even in a Mountain Dew match concerns BC. As far as booking, he's always been booked properly. Just the big matches is where Vince botched him. So you are right. I mean, something like the Rumble, that's usually where Vince McMahon gives up on Bray. I don't know, man. It remains to be seen, Jimmy Fingers 19, because this is not going to be good unless Vince changes his ways. And if you think that Vince is going to change his ways all of a sudden after he feels that everybody slighted him, you're going to see a more fucking diabolical Vince, if anything. And you could see Bray Wyatt and LA Knight chasing each other around with water guns filled with Mountain Dew pitch black soda. Telling you, man, we laugh, but it won't be a laughing matter if something like that actually comes to fruition. If I missed any super chats, guys, I'll get to you afterwards. It'll go up into the main screen. It just may take a delay, so I will definitely give you a shout out in my very next video. But I think I got everybody. Jimmy Fingers 19 at the tail end with a 519 says, don't be surprised if Uncle Harper walks out with VKM power walk tonight and reveals it was him all along. But again, it would be a dead giveaway, man. Vince can never fool anybody. You will know by the way he walks. You will know if he tries to talk. You will know by his movements. So Jimmy Fingers 19, he could try to pull anything, bro. As funny as that is, there's no way. Vince is such a fucking, and I don't even mean this with shade. He's such a clown. He's such a schmuck that he's a dead giveaway. Vince can walk into a McDonald's, a fucking Target, your grandmother's house, a wrestling ring, a football game. You're going to know that it's Vince. He's such a goof. Too funny. Guys, much love and respect. This is going about 2 hours nearly. I appreciate every single one of you. Let me make sure I got it. I think I got everybody. Obviously, SmackDown's tonight. I'll be right back with you guys for a SmackDown review tomorrow, and maybe even something before the big Green Bay Packer game on Sunday, possibly. This is going to be ever evolving. We're going to hear that Vince is doing even more power moves over the next 24 hours because this is what Vince does. He's just going to give you an onslaught. Right from the snap, he's going to rip the Band-Aid off, and he's just going to... I don't think you've seen the last or heard the last of board of directors either removing themselves because they don't want to work with Vince, or he's going to be removing more to bring his more of his people in. I don't think you've heard the last of any of this. And the next time BC talks to you, which will be tomorrow, I will have the very latest. I assure you guys, okay? Because you haven't heard the end of it. He is back. Let's just wrap this up with a bow. Vince is back officially. Triple H, Paul Levesque, Stephanie McMahon, Nick Khan have already sent out an announcement. WWE has confirmed Vince is back. And then we now have confirmation that he bullied his way already to executive chairman. That's insane. I thought that would absolutely take much more time, guys. I can't believe that it happened that fast. But this is Vince McMahon we're talking about, and he's got so much control, voting power, share power, that he can make these moves, and he doesn't need anybody to help him out. So much love and appreciation, everybody. Until next time, BC Top Guy, I'm out. Kick ass for the rest of this Friday or whatever day it is, wherever you are in the world. And before I take off, I got to do a roll call for my gold card members. You know that. I love doing this. This is going to take a minute, so you guys can check out if you want. But whoever wants to stick around for a roll call, my gold card channel members, I want to show you guys another level of respect. And to do that, for the next 5 fucking minutes, I'm going to deliver a roll call. To my gold card members, salute. JR9 Gaming, Carlos Ray, Ash Sims, Godswilla, Jack Brewer, Jacqueline Robinson, Radar Ab TTV, Sir Charles, Sadiqua Flowers, Anthony Bowley, Ray Foreman, Movies 456, Clutch City Fan, Kim T, Jimmy J 145, Kevin MD, Crimson Blue 82, Dante Jaron 23, Unique Butterfly, A. Merrick, James Miller, Sterling Range, Dev Owl, Eric Leno, D. Carre, Soldier Man 1984, Lord French Fries, Mayhem, Saeed Parker, C.J. White, P.B. Sillapride, Deontay Thomas, Terrence Burrs, Willard Bayless, Sam Byers, Dave Mealy, Jane Donnelly, Ashley Steggles, Richard Wade, DeMonte Mabry, DJ is a Prodigy, Alicia Vukovic, Batty Banks, Trina Scott, Christopher Blackshear 2-time, Patrick Charles, Thurston Pachalek, Pimpesus, Richie P, Janelle Layton, Raymond Caron, Kevin Johnston Sabres News Consolidated, Nessie Sunflower, Discovery Metal Legion, Osio Weidman, Dino, Santivia Major, Jared Kelly, Winbrook 11, James Shrimp Fajitas, G, a.k.a. True Life the God, WWE AEW Marvel fan, K. Doherty, Christopher Blackshear 3-time, Renee G, E.Z. Does It, Network Guy Dave, Sheriff Rivers, D Stands Alone, Xavier 2882, Eric Decker, J. D. Wayne Piazza. I got J, correct? J. D. Wayne Piazza, Quentin Gilbert, Cosmic Fool, Pile Driver Finisher, Savage 1024 The Punisher, Limitation X, Big Nang, Redhead Kingpin, Brand Q featuring Quentin, John Gray, Nathan Savay, Mike Miller, Rachel Rocca, Jay Khan, Mr. Big 200, Titan Poetic Chef, AWS Promotions. Wow. Well, that was all my fucking gold members, man. We just started this last week. We are almost at 100 members, bro. I think that was like 90, I believe. We're 10 away from 100, something like that. I mean, you guys are fucking, yeah, Sir Charles, we're getting deep up in this bitch, bro. For sure. That is such an awesome array of tipping the channel and showing another level of respect. I'm actually, that's quite fucking humbling, man. Pretty fucking cool. To all my chat, man, we still have fucking nearly 400 deep in here just on the roll call. I gotta say, what a stream, man. Thank you for choosing this channel to be your number one source for this stuff. I know there's so many people out there and other things you could have been watching and doing. And to the thousands that are gonna catch this starting now after we go live, that's usually when the tube kicks in its algorithm, the dumb schmucks. I wish they would do that when we were live. But to the thousands that were not able to catch this live, I still thank you for smashing that up. And to show that level of respect and support on the channel, even though we're not live anymore. I appreciate all you guys. Guys, thank you. That's it. I've kept you here long enough. 2 fucking hours nearly. Now go whoop Friday's ass. Hopefully we get a good Smackdown, man. We need some good news in WWE after the fucking insane 24 hours we just had. We just lost Sasha Banks officially. And Vince McMahon is back. And we still have to deal with Charlotte Flair as our fucking champion again. I mean, what a fucking 24 hours, bro. WWE is imploding. Check, you guys. Much love and respect to all of you. We'll do this again tomorrow. I don't know about live, but we'll be shooting the shit. Check you. I'm out. Top guy saying peace. Carlos, right back to you. Carlos Ray, right back to you. JR9, thank you, brother. All you guys, man. Check you. James, keep rocking, brah. Check you guys. Thank you.